Welcome to KCK Preps Live. This is David Brox reporting and providing the first look at our video coverage that we're going to have this year at KCK Preps. We'll discuss a few topics today. First and foremost, I want to thank all the coaches, players, and parents who have been real supportive of what we've done at KCK Preps over the last year, and we're looking for bigger and better things in year 2. One of the topics we'll discuss today is who can challenge the Sligo Stallions, who are coming off an undefeated league championship in the KCAL. The Stallions return starters Javion Browning, TJ Wallace, DJ Sells, Stefan McIntosh, and Trayvon Wallace, amongst others, who are going to be very strong in the KCAL and look to repeat and go a little bit further than they did last year, where they stumbled in district play. Sumner Academy had a lot of injuries last year. As everybody knows about Vernon Vaughn going down, but Brandon Williams, the starting quarterback who returns this year, was also out a majority of the season with a leg injury. His main target this year will be Joel Daniels, and Dion Tripp looks to really break out and be a go-to player for the Sabres. The Harmon Hawks lost a lot last year. Isaiah Mean, Darren Hawkins, and Terrence Simmons all leave a very young foundation for the Harmon Hawks this coming season. Tyler Stanley, who looks to come in and be the starter to replace Terrence Simmons, is really working hard this summer and looks to break out and be that next young quarterback that we've seen in the last few years with Jordan Jackson and Tanner Eikenberry. Speaking of a team losing a lot, Jonathan Jackson, Stevie Williams leads your team, and you might be a little bit worried about a rebuilding season. I don't think so. Bonner's got a good returning offensive line, including Kyle Dumler, and the hot prospect coming up here in the last few weeks, Tyler Howe, who will be playing left tackle for the Braves. Bonner returns Jordan Jackson to play a quarterback. You got Jared Knernshield running back and Mason Roberts at wide receiver. And I'll tell you what, I have to think that the Bonner Braves are going to be able to build on what they did last year with the growth of Jordan Jackson and the strength on this offensive line. And when I say strength, I mean real strength. Kyle Dumler in the weight room this past summer or early spring was able to squat 585 pounds. So I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in front of him this fall. Kyle Dumler's definitely going to be on the Beast team this year. And I got to tell you about another one over at Piper, Colton Beebe, who's been real impressive in 7-on-7 and surprising me with how many balls he's catching and being a real good target for Tanner Eikenberry. I wrote an article late last year about Deontay Ambler being my first quote-unquote athlete. No real position, but real strong in a whole bunch of them. But I got to tell you, I got a second player that's going to fit that bill. Paul Jones at Piper is a real good, solid, physical cornerback. Lightning fast, good wide receiver, and he also can be a threat in the return game and special teams. So right now, I name my second athlete in Paul Jones. Shout out to Ben Johnson on a speedy recovery from his finger injury. I hope that goes well, but I think it gives the rest of the team at Baser an opportunity to step up. If somebody is able to step up and establish themselves as a solid second target for Tanner Garver and Zach Hevel, we'll definitely have something special brewing at Baser. There are a couple of new coaches this year in the KC area. Last year, we got a treat with seeing what Lucas Aslan was able to do with the Bonner Braves. We got two new coaches in Martez Wesley at Sligo, who takes over a very well-established veteran team that's looking to go a little bit further than they did last year. And then you have kind of the opposite spectrum of that with Brian Salzgiver, who's taken over at Washington. And you can say it was a little bit of a disaster there at Washington last year. A couple of players transferred out, but the atmosphere right now around that program is very good. A good number of kids showed up to the summer workout, and Brian Salzgiver is doing a real good job of creating a good family atmosphere at Washington, and I tell you what, it's going to lead to success. He has a good attitude, very good spirit, and I think nothing but good things as they continue to grow that program. Look, I'm real excited about the second season, a second chance to do another award ceremony and build off what we did last year. I appreciate all the support, and we'll see you next time on KCK Preps Live.